Alright, Ted, attempting stand up in front of no one. Take one. Alright, this one is just for Game TC, because you're the only ones that'll watch my bullshit. And I don't fucking know why. I don't know if I'm the retarded one, or if you are, or if we're just both retarded, and just a summer in love. But anyway, this is going to be the official story. Many rumors have gone around Game TZ about me losing my virginity to a woman I met on Game TZ, and basically it's not a rumor because I tell everybody about that shit. But if you weren't, alright, this was like a week before my 20th birthday when I went to meet this chick. And at first it started out, it was a user by the name of Seahawk Fan. Hey, he was a cool guy. I did a couple trades with him, and that dude agreed to some stupid ass shit. I mean, seriously. This guy made this dude was like a reverse Dashie. Like, Dashie will be like, hey, I got this Pokemon Yellow complete in box for your little Samson on NES, and people are like, yeah, hey, my first trade. But no, I gave this dude a Nintendo 64. Well, like 3 games. This motherfucker sent me like a 3DO, 5 Saturn games, 3 PS2 games, and never complained about it until his wife started coming on to chat. And this is where shit really gets fucked up. So basically, no surprise to you guys. I just missed the trash can, by the way. You guys think I'm a fucking loser now? I swear to God. Back then, it was Dudley Do Wrong, basically. I could not get right at all. I was always so sensitive about what all these people were saying, and I didn't realize I was just in the middle of a bunch of assholes. Is the camera still on? Is the camera still? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh no, wait, it's still on. Okay. Way to turn off on me, power light. Anyway, where the fuck was I? This is gonna be a long video. But anyway, his wife started coming on to chat, and this was back in the day when the user Ash was like the creme de la creme. This dude, everybody loved this motherfucker, and 5 years later, he started, the dude was never a good trader, but that's a different story. But anyway, this dude was super popular, and you had guys like me, of course. I was like his little follower, and you had Chad, which was like his go-to, like, I don't know, the 2 guys that used to run around with Fat Tony. That was basically B and Chad, pretty much. Basically, the clique was born out of King Richard's forum. Fuck you if you don't know about that shit. But anyway, me and this chick started talking, and she's going through a divorce with a Seahawk Fan guy, not to be confused with Seahawks Fan now, which is, I don't know, it's a fucking daffodil with a brain, a retarded one. But anyway, we start talking and everything, and eventually we graduated to the phone, and we were all like sappy, like puppy love bullshit, and I was such a pussy back then that I went all in with this shit. She's like, oh, I love you, and I was so in love with this girl. Spent all my fucking video game collection to go and see this chick. Cost me, I think it wound up costing me about $700. Yeah, just to lose my virginity. Well, I say that now, but back then I was obviously in love, but I was also obviously a retard. You still am, but fuck you. Okay. So basically, I finally get there, And get to the airport where I'm landing at, and where was it? Tucson, Arizona. And I get there and I see her. She's got her parents with her, and I was fully wanting to just dry hump this fucking bitch, but I did not have the bowls back then to do it, or the beer. But anyway, well, her parents drive us to her apartment, and they were cool, they were alright, and we get there, and long story short, there was some sub place that's really famous in Tucson. I don't know what the fuck it is, but she had a grinder in the fridge there for me. And, she gives me a cigarette. I'm like, fuck yeah, I was hungry as fuck. I just spent 8 hours on a fucking airplane. And, good God, with all these and us, I sound like fucking Obama. Cool guy, by the way. Anyway, we go back to her apartment. She gives me a sandwich. And I started eating the sandwich. She was like, hey, get off, because she didn't have a couch. Look, at least I have a couch. I had a couch back then, spent most of the time on it. This bitch did not have a couch. She had a bed, TV, kitchen shit, and a retarded cat that was only there like one time the whole week I was there, which was really weird. Like, she just had a cat hostage and forgot to hide it before I came over. Anyway, she's like, get on the bed, quit sitting on the floor. I was like, okay, well, mid-fucking bite, this bitch goes, rips my fucking shorts off and starts sucking my dick. And, oh shit, I hope hope she never sees this. This bitch, I dropped the sandwich on her head. And she didn't get pissed off till after I came in her mouth. Because I dropped the sandwich on her head and just, like it didn't have enough mayo. But, she actually could have gotten madder than what she did about that. She pretty much just looked at me like, you son of a bitch. And trust me, I paid for it. But let's see, what happened after that? Started hanging out with her friends and shit. There's this one dude that goes to Best Buy and steals a bunch of shit. And her husband was actually hotter than the girl I was fucking, but she was still fat. They were both fat. I mean, the chick I was hugging, she wasn't too fat. And her friend wasn't that fat, but Ken, I don't know any definition of skinny and fat. I mean, I swear to God, when I fuck a woman, I don't count the women I fuck. I count the pounds. That way, it seems more impressive. Because, I mean, you spend your whole life fucking fat bitches. Basically, your whole life eating watermelons. You kind of want to plum every once in a while. But anyway, we hung out with him, and I just didn't fit in with that crowd at all. This bitch was a little bit of a preppy bitch. But, actually, it's funny because one night we went to her friend's house. And, they went to bed, and then we fucked on, like, a baby crib with no fucking railing over it. It was weird. Like, they just had this because they didn't have kids. They just had this fucking baby crib with no fucking bars. Like one of them had to have a midget fetish or something. I don't fucking know. But anyway, she's sitting there and she's fucking riding me and shit. And we had been fucking for like 2 hours, and I actually faked coming. I didn't fake an orgasm. Because at that point, I only had like one orgasm at this point. And really, for the $600-700 I paid to get to this chick, I only came like twice. So I was fucked from the beginning and not in the way I wanted. But, Eventually, within this 2 hours, I'm like, okay, this is fucking bullshit. We're fucking on a toddler bed. This is not arousing at all. She just been doing this number on me for the past 2 hours. She didn't even try to switch it up with a la or I'm like, and eventually I was like, just what I thought I sound like when I have an orgasm, because I only had like one or two. No, at that point I only had one. To be quite honest, I know the second one happened, but I don't remember. Yeah, hell of a $700 I paid. Woo! Might as well been a guest on fucking SummerSlam at this point. But yeah, so that night happened. And like the next day she starts acting really fucking weird to me. And she's like, Daniel, I think we should stop seeing each other. I'm like, what? I don't remember if I cried, but I probably cried like a little fucking bitch. I was a really sappy bastard back then. It was sad, it was kind of adorable. If some bitch would have seen me go through that shit, she would have been like, oh, you're so sweet, but no. 35, I'm still living with my dad. And I fucking masturbate 7 times a day and drink a lot of beer. But anyway, story for another day. So, hang on, let me see. Camera going? Camera, you go-y. Camera go-y. Hooray, you son of a bitch. Alright, where was I? Yeah, fucking on the toddler bed. She breaks up with me. And the best thing about this bitch breaking up with me, I was not staying in a hotel room. I was sleeping in her apartment with no couch, no recliner. And this bitch still insisted I sleep in bed with her. Talk about fucking adding insult to injury. I mean, she might as well just bit me in the nutsack and it was like, and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I got an overbite. I mean, don't get me wrong though, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'll keep saying it so I'll believe it. I'm not bitter. I'm really not, Sally. Seriously, my dog is concerned right now. Yeah. It's okay, Sally. But anyway, she breaks up with me. Oh wait, I skipped something. Alright, second day I was there. We went to her parents' house. And I hung out with her dad and her little sister. And started out, they put on a little Three Stooges, and, you know, I was laughing my ass off, but I started noticing these two. They're not laughing at all. And I'm like, how can you not laugh at the Three Stooges? That's some classic physical comedy. And, they're like, you know, her dad was like, you know, have you ever watched Blazing Saddles? And I'm like, yeah, I've watched Blazing Saddles. He's like, I gotta play my favorite part in any movie ever. It was basically the part, I can't even fucking remember. I can't remember the fucking scene for the life of me, but it was one of the most racist scenes in the movie. It involved the white guys dancing like this, and they were laughing their asses off. And I'm like, you racist sons of bitches. Like, I live in a town of like 2,000 people. All of them white except 2 people. No, 3. Yes, we have 3 black. We have 3 black people in Laguna. Tucson, Arizona has, I don't know, way more than fucking this part of town, but that's right. I said black people. I'm not called. I don't know. You know, I almost said something really racist, but it's off. Stop myself. Anyway, yeah, the longer this goes on, I'm ruining it. Well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I'm just spitballing here. Kiss my ass if you don't like it. Anyway, we're sitting there watching this really racist scene, and I'm uncomfortable the whole fucking day. And I just sit there quietly, and finally, we leave, and she's like, why were you so cautious? why were you so quiet? I was like, your dad and your little sister are the most racist motherfuckers I've ever met. And I think that might have actually been the point that she decided it was over. Which, yeah, I'm not in the wrong there. But, or maybe I don't give a fuck. Just don't be racist around me. Unless you're talking about Bob. Because Bob is... He's not racist. He's like the Louis C.K. of Game TZ, but way more drunk and horny. But anyway, I finally get back. You know, the whole fiasco goes over. Before I left, the last day before I left, they wanted to stop by the liquor store, and they're like, can we get you something? Like, this bitch trying to be all nice with me, and she just broke my fucking heart into a million fucking pieces. They're scattered around her apartment and keeps it and sniffs it every night like it's fucking cocaine. And I'm like, bitch, I don't want shit. I didn't say that because I was a pussy back then, but it was just fucking retarded. So we go back to the apartment, and her and her friend leave, and I'm sitting there with a boyfriend, and I'm like, dude, is it just me, or did she really do me fucking dirty? And I'm like, dude, if I would have known your email, I would have told you this bitch was a cunt. And I never talked to that man again, but I have more respect for him than I do anybody else in Tucson, Arizona, because he just laid the cards out like, yeah, dude, you fucked up. You met a cunt online, and now you're getting cunted. Cunt. But anyway, then I finally get home. I'm fucking riding on the airplane, sitting on it to an old lady, crying my fucking eyes out. And she's like, sir, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm sorry, my girlfriend just broke up with me. This one pulls a sweet old grandma pulls a butterscotch disc out of her fucking pocket. You know, if I wanted to, I could have probably laid my head on her boob, and then she stroked my head like, yeah, it'll be okay, sonny boy. But anyway, go through all that shit, get home, lay in bed, cry my eye out for 24 fucking hours. And then the aftermath happens the next time I get on the internet. And kind of a lost saga of Game TZ back in the day was the site called Blurmco. It was a secret back then, but fuck you guys. That was fucking 10 years ago. Blurmco is this shit, by the way. It was basically an uncensored version of Game TZ. Because back then we were sub-only, Bill was really strict and shit, and it failed miserably, and Shadow Stitch tried to warn Bill, but Bill was like, fuck you, Shadow Stitch. And I'm sorry, Bill, but that motherfucker was right. Going sub-only is the dumbest thing you ever did. I still love you, motherfucker, though. Oh, shit, I'm getting banned for this video. But anyway, on Blurmco, I came back and I started posting. I was salty as a motherfucker. I had sand in my vagina. I was butthurt. I was everything. Heartbroken. Fucking, I had a stick up my ass that was inside a stick up my ass. And I talked mad shit. Like, the only thing I really remember that I told her was that I hope she fucked herself with a razor tip dildo. Which honestly back then I did. I wanted that to happen. I was, dear God, please let this bitch that broke my heart fuck herself with a razor tip dildo. And she came back with telling everybody I had a crooked dick. Which let me set the record straight. Of course I have a crooked dick. Dude, half of my adolescent life and all of my adult life would go like this. You know, just flapping that shit around. So eventually it turned into banana shape. And I don't give a fuck who's hating my shit. My dick's 8 inches long. If you measure it like it's a crescent moon. And yes, that's basically the full story. And I haven't said any names in here, but there was another GameTZ user with a similar name as her that I accidentally hit on. Like, well, I thought it was my girl, you know. I was flirting a little bit. I didn't say anything too wild, and I realized it was fucking V-Dub's sister. Thankfully, neither of them flew to my house and killed me, because I don't care. V-Dub would probably be the most likely to kill somebody. I don't know. Let's end this stupid-ass stand-up routine that's going to get negged into the millions. Let's end this with a poll. Who is the most fucked up person on GameTZ? Is it V-Dub? Or Long Knife, I guess it is now? Is it me? Or is it Sam? Or is it Seahawks fan? There you go. Sit on that one, bitches.